Very much. Well, how many people here are from Anambra State? Okay. The reason why there are few people here is because the rest are working in Anambra State. Now, for those of you who knew Anambra State, say 10 years ago, Anambra was what we regarded then as the Wild East. If you drove a car less than 30 kilometers per hour, if you're lucky, your tires will get stolen while you're still driving. If you're unlucky, you'll get kidnapped. Anambra was a place where nobody really wanted to go to. It was the only state where the convoy of the kingmakers will outrun or overrun the convoy of the governor on the streets of Anambra State. At the time, Anambra was what you would regard to as a laggard state. But in the past 10 years, 10, 12 years, the Anambra came together, formed a group called League of Anambra Professionals, LAP, and charted a new 30 to 50-year course and agenda for Anambra State with the theme, Let's Take Back Our State. And so we decided, it was a conscious decision by Anambra State professionals, that the future of Anambra will not be in the hands of lunatics, in the hands of maniacs, in the hands of local terrorists, in the hands of money bags. And we decided to all come home. I used to work in Lagos. I used to work for the presidency. I was an advisor in the villa for 5 years. And I decided to leave Abuja. And we all came back as professionals back to the state. And we have put in quite a lot over the years, time, effort, sweat, tears, and blood, to ensure that today, after Lagos, and if you have to rank the top 5 states in every category and every indicator in Nigeria today, Anambra is ranked one of the top 5. And we have worked tremendously hard to do that. And one of the things we did was take the Indian model. You know, in India, if you say to somebody that you work for the federal government in Delhi, they take pity on you. Because in the country called India today, the stars, the achievers, those ones have their hands or are involved at the world and local government level. It's those who cannot make it at the local government level get employed by the state. Those who can make it at the state level get employed at the region. And those who can make it at the regional level move to Delhi at the federal government. In Nigeria, it's the opposite. And so, the brightest of the brightest of the brightest of you, if we want Nigeria to develop, if you want your states to start moving forward, the brains, the intelligent ones, the graduates, you should start coming home. We are trying to make it fashionable in Anambra State, or rather, we're trying to make it non-fashionable in Anambra State for graduates to now go to Lagos, Abuja, Port Harcourt, Kano, or even abroad to work. I know in the past, when you graduate as a young man or woman, and you say to your parents, I want to find a job in the Navy, or Ekulobia, or Achala, your parents will conduct and consult your pastor to come and pray because their child is now possessed. We are reversing that. We are saying, bring the brains back home. Nkanye, mantra. Anambra, Buanibo, Ibuamaka. And so we, as the young ones, as the youth, are working hard to ensure that we retain our talent within the state. And we should do that for Ebonyi, for Enugu, for Abia, and for Imo State. Let us start thinking home. Let's start bringing our talents back. And so, yes, investments and investors have started coming to Anambra State. We have been able to turn things around. The investment climate, the business environment is now conducive for businesses to now come into Anambra State and survive in Anambra State. In the past 4.5 years of the present government, we have generated over 5 billion US dollars in investment to the state. And we are doing more. We provide incentives. We encourage in the Anambra who are outside first before foreign investments. A big chunk of our portfolio is domestic direct investment. Because you cannot convince Onyocha to come and invest if your own person and your own brother is investing outside the state. So the first line of marketing should be for the Anambra, the Koscharists them, and all these other guys who have big empires outside Anambra State to bring in at least 10% of their own investments back to the state. And that was how it started. Now we have the big Anambra people who are now bringing their own funds and their own assets back to the state. And this is encouraging the likes of Innocent, who have always been in Nnewi, to now say, yes, we can do it. Chikasin, all of them, Ibeto, they're all there, they're all coming home, and they're all invested in the states. So Anambra today is not a laggard state. We are an actively, upwardly mobile, progressive state. And we shall continue doing that going forward. Thank you very much.